Let's throw some jabs.
The fight starts now!
All right, Sergio, we have reached the halfway point of 2022. What is your fight of the year for the first half of the year?
I got to go with Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. I mean, that fight produced. It was history, and herstory, like they were naming it, and they actually came through because it was at the biggest stage, Madison Square Garden, all eyes on them. They sold out that classic venue, and it was fireworks, back and forth. Both women gave you everything, bleeding, blood and guts, all the way to the end. They got a standing ovation. Katie Taylor graced the cover of Ring Magazine. These are dreams come true by a gold medalist in Katie Taylor. I'm telling you, man, it would be historic. It would be something that's earned, and I would love to see two women win fight of the year. Not in women's boxing, but in boxing, period, Mannix.
That was a great fight, no question about it. And the atmosphere in the Garden was as good as it gets. So I don't have a problem with that selection. I'm going to go, though, with Jermell Charlo against Brian Castano. I remember watching that fight. You and I were together, and we were watching on a camera phone in a bar. That's how big that fight was. We wanted to make sure we did not miss a second of that fight. It was for all four belts in the 154-pound division. I remember watching each round go by, and Brian Castano, just like he was in the first fight, was having success. He was getting on the inside. He was landing those big shots. But you knew in the back of your mind that Jermell Charlo could change the fight at any time, and he did in the 10th round, landing one of those hooks that just discombobulates you. The same kind of hook that Andy Ruiz landed against Anthony Joshua. That's what Jermell Charlo landed against Brian Castano, who could not recover from that type of shot. Jermell Charlo comes out as the undisputed junior middleweight champion, one of only a handful of true undisputeds in boxing. That's why I think that fight, because of its importance and the incredibleness of its outcome, was my fight of the year.
You can't go wrong. I mean, anytime you become undisputed and clean out of the division, become what, the sixth or seventh man to be able to do that in the four-belt era, incredible. And the fight was incredible. Once Charlo was able to control the fight with the jab, that's the main thing that was the difference. But the power shots, he got the respect of Castano. He was able to hurt Castano and make him earn, getting on the inside. And, it was just an incredible fight. I get it. You can't go wrong. But I think it's the year of the lady this time around, Mannix. I think this time I'm right.
All right, we're not going to get Taylor Serrano 2 for the end of the year, but give me the fight you're most looking forward to, the potential fight of the year for the second half of 2022.
I'm gonna go with a classic. I'm gonna go with a trilogy here. I'm gonna go with Canelo-GGG. I think we're gonna see the last hurrah of a great middleweight champion in Gennady Golovkin and a vulnerable champion in Canelo who's coming off a loss. I think we're going to get fireworks. We will see a decisive winner. I think we do get a knockout. And the favorite to get that knockout's Canelo, but I'm not putting it past Gennady Golovkin to have one great night, because that's what great champions do. They can muster up the strength, that reputation, that bad boy image, the big drama show in one night, Mannix. I think Golovkin can have it.
That's still a great fight, no matter how old the fighters are in it. But I'm going with the fight that's not made yet, but I'm reasonably confident it's going to get made before the end of the year. Terrence Crawford against Errol Spence for all the belts at 147 pounds. Sergio, we have had an undisputed champion crowned at 135. We have an undisputed champion crowned at 154. Let's get an undisputed champ in the middle. Errol Spence has 3 belts. Terrence Crawford has 1. Let's get these guys together and fight. They have been dancing around each other for the better part of the last 3 years. A lot of talk, no action. Both these guys in the prime of their careers, both dangerous in very different ways that will sell out a big arena, Vegas, Texas, New York, wherever you want to put it, and it will be as anticipated as any fight in boxing. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, can't miss fight, needs to get done.